So let's move over to Goldman Sachs progressiveness, where we will cover three areas, which is diversity, sustainability, and the company culture. Starting up with diversity, we can see that Goldman Sachs have invested large efforts in improving the diversity. And first of all, we have gender diversity, where they have initiated a 10,000 women program with the goal to provide women with the education, capital, and opportunities that they need to grow their own business, thus empowering more women. They've also done a quite similar initiative within racial equity with their 1 Million Black Women program, which aims to invest in the underinvested, basically, in Black communities to accelerate the change and increase the inclusion. Thirdly, they are investing in vendor diversity and try to ensure a diverse set of suppliers. This they do to access the best talents and also to break down the barriers for minority businesses to be able to operate. Lastly, they're focusing on ensuring a diverse board of directors, both internally within the company, but also externally towards the companies that they assist in going public. In terms of sustainability, we can see that Goldman Sachs is doing extensive work in climate transition, where they promote the transition of operations and businesses towards more sustainable alternatives. And the main areas in which they focus is clean energy, waste and materials, sustainable transport, agriculture and food, and also within ecosystem services. They also have a large focus on the inclusive growth, where they offer support to improve affordability and accessibility for underserved populations. Once again, the main areas in which they operate are to improve accessible and innovative healthcare. They also work to improve the accessible and affordable education. They work with communities and also with financial inclusion. Lastly, here we can see that they have a net zero target for 2050, and they are also aligned with the UN principles for sustainable banking to ensure that they are in line with the Paris Agreement and do their part in the sustainability work. Moving on to the last part and the company culture, we've seen some progressiveness in the last few years for Goldman Sachs. They hired a new CEO in 2018 named David M. Solomon, who's done some work to change the culture within the company. For instance, he's initiated an open door policy, optional suits and ties, and also set some boundaries for the hours worked of his employees. And those three together has loosened up the culture a bit and also maybe broken the banking stereotype a bit. The last point here is that he has put demands on diverse recruitments, which means that the managers who works with recruitment has to interview a certain portion of both women and people with different backgrounds for all the recruitments.